I am officially in the home stretch of my pregnancy, just a couple more weeks until my due date. So I thought I would give you sort of a final update on my third trimester. I'm Dr. Sam Ellis, and I'm a board-certified dermatologist. I'm here to help you understand your skin and find skincare products that work for you, and occasionally give you updates on my day-to-day life. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I think one thing that has surprised me the most is how good I feel going into the very last stages of my pregnancy. Now, I have heard like the final 2 weeks are really rough and you're very ready to get the baby out into the world, but I'm still sleeping really well through the night, minus, getting up to pee and things like that. I have heartburn, but that has been very consistent throughout my pregnancy and has not gotten significantly worse towards the end. And then of course, at the end of clinic, I'm like maybe a little more tired, but honestly, I think that's just because I'm seeing more patients before I go on maternity leave. And so my days have really been busier than ever. Also, there are just some things that are physically more challenging to do, like bend over and tie my shoes. Or even when I'm just examining a patient in clinic, my stomach or my belly like bumps into them and feels kind of awkward. So if you've been my patient and I've knocked my belly against you, my bad. But overall, I really can't complain. I know there are a lot of things that can make you feel really bad in your pregnancy. And I'm really lucky that I have had a very good pregnancy in terms of how I personally feel. On the emotional side of things, so not like physical symptoms, but emotional symptoms, if you can even call them that, it's really just that I felt just more intense feelings. Like I feel like I'm usually very even keel. It takes a lot to like rile me up or whatever, but I do find that I'm like a little more tearful at either really happy or really sad things. And that's just not my norm. And I'm sure once baby comes, that's just going to get a lot worse. I think more than anything, I'm just really excited. I take care of lots of moms and dads, and hearing how enriching their experiences have been in motherhood and in fatherhood, which they tend to share with me after they know I'm pregnant, has just been a really special experience. And I feel like has helped me bond even more with my patients. One of my patients told me that she loves finding out that someone's pregnant and going to have a baby because she feels like the best day of that person's life hasn't even happened yet, because when they have that baby, that is like the ultimate moment. Okay, yeah, getting emotional talking about that. Give me a second. Okay, I have composed myself, but overall, not a ton of differences between the second and third trimester, except for I am just bigger. So I have to pee all the time because there is a human sitting right on my bladder. Things are a little harder to do physically because my stomach gets in the way. And I think the hardest thing is like, I can't really engage my abdominals. So to do things like sit up just require a lot more effort. In terms of my skin, it has continued to be dry throughout my pregnancy. I was getting little breakouts in my first trimester, and those have pretty much completely gone away. I have not really had any breakouts for the past several months, and that's kind of my norm. I feel really lucky about that. But my melasma has been going crazy. I have makeup on right now, so you probably can't really see it, but all through here I have irregular pigmentation. I'm just like hoping that my melasma mustache from many years ago does not return. But that's probably been the biggest thing I've noticed is the discoloration in my skin. But I'm honestly not that worried about it and not putting that much effort into preventing it. Of course, I'm protecting myself from the sun with sunscreen. That's probably the best thing you can do when you have melasma. But at the same time, the thing that is triggering my melasma, this pregnancy, it's going to be over soon. And I really don't feel the urgent need to treat my melasma until the thing that's causing it is over with. In terms of maternity clothing, I really didn't buy anything except for those maternity leggings in the very beginning, because all of my like Lululemon Align leggings and my Wonder Unders and my Athleta leggings have continued to sort of fit throughout pregnancy, though slightly differently. And I think if I was being more social and we were having a more social life right now, I probably would have invested in maternity jeans and some other maternity wear. But because we're in a pandemic and we have just not been doing as many social outings or parties or things like that, I haven't really felt the need to buy a lot of maternity stuff. I naturally wear my clothes oversized anyway, so a lot of my sweaters and t-shirts and cardigans and coats still have continued to fit throughout this pregnancy. I didn't even have to buy maternity scrubs, which might be a sign that I was wearing my scrubs a size too big, but that's just been the reality of this particular pregnancy for me. I have had a massive urge to shop while pregnant. I don't know if that's a nesting thing, I don't know if that's a pandemic thing, but I've tried to hold off. And then my goal is after I have this baby to do like a little wardrobe overhaul slash makeover and just, be like the cool chic mom that I've always wanted to be. Speaking of nesting, a few months ago, we bought a house and have since moved into it. It's in the same city that we already lived in, but I feel like that was the ultimate nesting move. And then nursery has been set up. I'm sitting out in this little landing area at the top of our staircase where we've set up our little baby library, which is behind me here. These are books that were given to me at my baby shower. So everyone who came brought books from their childhood or books that they enjoyed reading to their own children. And so I feel really lucky that this guy has a great library already going for him. And then in terms of other pregnancy purchases, we got a car seat. We got stroller. We ended up getting the Bugaboo stroller, which feels fancy. But I did a poll on my Instagram and it was one of the top recommended ones. And I thought, all right, screw it. I'm going for it. And then we did get the Snoo bassinet to help our baby sleep as optimally as possible. That was probably the biggest recommendation I had from the majority of my friends and followers on social media was like, if you can get the Snoo and it's in your budget and things like that, do it. Since I have purchased it, everyone's like, that was a smart move, except one friend who said their baby slept in it for one night, but hopefully he will sleep more than that. The sun is setting before my eyes, so I will wrap this up soon. But one thing people have asked is like, how are you preparing for your birth? And really, I'm not doing that much to prepare. I've tried to stay really healthy throughout my pregnancy because giving birth is like a true physical feat. So I've been doing Peloton a couple times a week just to kind of like keep my cardio up, and I do a lot of yoga and stretching. I really haven't changed my workouts that much between before I was pregnant and afterward, except maybe I work out a little bit less and with slightly less intensity. But other than that, I have my hospital bag packed. I'm happy to share with you guys what I'm bringing in my hospital bag if that interests you. And then I think mindset is the biggest thing. And I just feel really positive about it. Like I've delivered some babies in my life when I was in medical school and the baby always gets out. There's always a way to make that happen. I am doing my delivery in the hospital. That is at least the plan. And so I'm just going to go in with like a good vibes only sort of headspace. Overall, pregnancy has just been a really positive thing for me. And I have a ton of gratitude for that because I know a lot of women really struggle physically or emotionally or both during their pregnancy. And the fact that it has been so smooth, knock on wood, so far makes me feel super lucky. This is a really special time in my life and I'm just trying to savor every single moment because I don't know if I'll ever be pregnant again. And so I'm just taking this all in to really be with me and the baby and enjoy those little kicks and those random little moments where you just feel overwhelmed with joy and excitement and nervousness about what is about to come. But I feel like pregnancy is super cool and I'm super happy that I've had this experience in my life. So that is a wrap on my third trimester update. I am excited for this little guy to make his way out into the world and for everyone to meet him. I know I have a lot of long days and late nights ahead of me. So if you have any recommendations for things to entertain myself with, obviously I will be entertaining myself with the baby, but any TV shows or good playlists or podcast recommendations, put them in the comments below because mama's gonna need some support too. Thank you so much for being here. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time.